All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
We are in the day of love, Valentine's Day. We are working on, what are we working on? Coordinate geometry. Today, like I said, is the 14th. We are determining if the slope of each of these segments that you have on your graph paper is a zero slope, an undefined slope, a positive or a negative slope. And then you also need to explain why they are what they are in our little work that we have going on here. So, video's rolling. Let's start with segment AB. I would like to know if it is a 0, if it is undefined, if it's negative, or it's positive, and why. So segment AB, raise your hand, tell me what you got. What do you think it is? Jalen, what do you think?
A 0.
It's a 0 slope. So Jalen says it is a 0 slope, and can you explain?
In our notes, it says that a 0 slope is a horizontal line.
Okay, so first of all, we know a 0 slope is a horizontal line, and if you look at A and B, it is definitely a horizontal line, right? So good enough. So you could say it's 0 because it's horizontal. The line is horizontal. Okay, so our explanation would be horizontal. I'm going to abbreviate. Not line, but segment. But we know what you're talking about, right? Horizontal segment. How else could you explain it? Let's use slope. Let's use rise over run to explain it, Karthik.
First of all, it's running for an X amount, but it's having no rise.
Okay, so if we go from point A to point B, what's our rise? Because slope is rise over run, right? We should know that. We know that. What's our rise? 0. So we're going to use slope, and we're just going to say slope equals a rise of 0 and a run of, from point A to point B, would be a run of what, Karthik? Can you see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 0 over 11. 0 over 11, if you do that on your calculator, or if you just know that anything with 0 in the numerator is what? 0. So your actual proof, besides the fact that you know a horizontal line has a slope of 0, is 0 divided by 11, the rise over the run. Okay? Questions, comments? You guys good?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to CD. Segment CD. Do we have a positive? Do we have a negative? Do we have an undefined? Or do we have a 0? I mean,
Positive.
you're going to say it is a positive slope. Can you prove it?
It's going up.
Okay, great. That's really not great proof to me, though. It's going up.
Also has a positive rise and a positive run.
All right, so let's start from point C and let's go to point D. Okay? So you're going up how many? Can you count that?
1.
I got 8.
Yeah.
So it's a positive slope because our rise is 8. And our run is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which is what? 1. Positive slope, 1 over 1. Rise 1, rise 8, run 8, reduce it 1 over 1, 1. Okay? So CD is a positive slope. I'm going to have to write on the side here. What about EF? Positive, negative, 0, undefined. What do you got? Everybody.
Negative.
Okay, it's a negative slope. So EF. What is your proof that it's a negative slope? You guys said negative. Proof is what? James?
It's a positive run and a negative run and positive run.
Okay, we're going to go from E to F, though. Let's go from E to F. So what's our rise?
Negative.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going down 8, so that's negative. So we have a negative 8 rise, and our run is what?
Is positive.
Positive
Yeah.
6. So negative 8 over positive 6, reduce it down, is negative 4 over 3. We have a negative rise, we have a positive, negative rise, positive run. Therefore, we know it's a negative slope. Okay? Last one then, we've got GH. So GH, segment GH is what, everybody? Undefined. And your proof would be what? Somebody give me your proof using slope. Or only, what do you got? Let's do G to H.
Because rise over run, there's rise, but there's no run.
There is a rise, so the rise is going from G to H. It is negative, let's say negative 9, whatever it is, I didn't count. So the rise over the run is a negative 9, and the run is what? 0. No matter what our numerator is, if you're dividing by 0, you get what?
Not applicable.
Not applicable. We're going to say an undefined slope. Okay? There is no slope. Think about slopes. Does this slope at all? Does GH slope? Think about snow slopes in the Olympics. Does GH slope? There's no slope. It just drops. It's got to have, excuse me, it's got to have a slope. Some of you are questioning AB. You're like, well, AB doesn't slope either. It actually has no slope, right? It has no slope. This has no slope either because slope is defined as rise over run. If you stick numbers in there, it doesn't work. Okay?